I know I look like hell now, but there are a lot of stories behind those blistered and battered feet. They've walked on some of the most beautiful places I've ever laid eyes on. A place I first fell in love with back in the fall of 2015. That time I drove into the Eastern Sierra and crested over 11,000 feet at Kearsarge Pass for the very first time. I knew right then and there, I had to see more of it. My name is Billy Yang. I've been running trails and ultramarathons for over a decade now, but never tried thru hiking before. When I got the invite to do the Muir Trail from friends Elan and Gabi, I of course said yes because it's hard for me to turn down a good adventure. But I had limited time to prep. So between YouTube videos and advice from friends, I did my best. Voila. After a COVID test and one final weigh-in, before I knew it, it was time to leave the congestion of Los Angeles and off to Mammoth Lakes to stay with friends Tim and Lindsay Tollefson before the big launch day. But first, one final weigh-in of the pack. 37 pounds.
Yeah.
Gabi, how are you feeling?
I'm really nervous, but I'm excited. You're good company.
We have our guide here, our Uber.
I'm really nervous too. The drive's like a little over 2 hours.
Off we go.
Trail mix for days.
Trail mix for days.
The Muir Trail is a 211-mile point-to-point trek in the iconic Sierra Nevada mountain range in California. It has a total elevation gain of 47,000 feet, traversing 6 mountain passes over 11,000 feet each. We chose the northbound route, where the trail officially kicks off at the top of Mount Whitney and finishes in Yosemite Valley. Quite simply, it is one of the most famous, the most stunning thru hikes in the world. It is also extremely tough. We officially said goodbye to Keith and our journey towards the JMT began. For about 160 miles of it, the trail shares the same path as the Pacific Crest Trail. So while we would encounter both along our journey, with what is currently going on in the world, not nearly as many hikers as we would in years past. So we're about 3 miles in. What'd you hear?
Heard a bear.
Let's make it a woo, woo, woo. Hey bear! Just let them know you're there. Bears aside, we made it to our first camp. With nearly 30 miles to cover before we even officially started the JMT from Mount Whitney, we decided to start a day early and knock off some bonus miles.
Look at how these guys are camping. Got chairs, got some gourmet, freeze-dried food.
It's organic too.
Yeah. Cheers, Gabi. Night number 1.
Okay, here's a quick Cribs JMT edition. This is the Copper Spur tent, Big Agnes. A lot of room, lets me sit up. I have room to hold some clothes, some accessories, Kelty sleeping bag, and the Nemo Tensor Alpine sleeping pad. All set up, ready to go.
So far, so good. Day number 1 is a wrap. I'm going to try to go to sleep. And God willing, knock on wood, on our way towards Mount Whitney. Okay, have a good night.
Alas, those were famous last words. Although physically I was quite comfortable, not a lot of sleep was had. Still, I dutifully went about my morning routine, one that would repeat day after day after day until we reached Yosemite Valley.
Pack is all loaded up for day number 2. Oh, I swear I feel like it got heavier. This Corals Vertex is allowing me to resume my activity, which is cool. So hopefully we get one long 200 plus mile activity on Strava.
good. My pack is heavier somehow.
I know, my shoulder straps are killing me.
I know. Same, but I mean, when you look around and you're like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
We picked up a PC tier. That's Kyle back there. Say hi.
Hello.
Same, Gabby, same. That last mile kicked our butts. Okay, those of you watching at home, I do not recommend. It's no bueno. Kyle's trying the chicken fried rice by Mountain House. Oh. They say you eat with your eyes first, and that appears to be what he's doing. Don't forget the egg too.
Yeah, chicken fried rice by Mount House. Not good. What was, however, was a company we met that evening at Crabtree.
So Brian,
Leah,
Kelsey, Krista,
and Sierra.
okay,
Yep. And I met them. I was crying on the side of the trail, and I met them.
why were you crying again?
You
Just
know,
life
I
stuff?
was just alone and sad, and it was hard. And yeah.
I felt like crying at least 2.5 times today, so
Yeah,
I feel you, sister. Look at this stellar company you have.
yeah, no, and then we met Brian yesterday, and it's his birthday today.
And it's my birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday, man.
Thank you. This is my midlife victory. Turned 40 today.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
Morning of day number 3 came on the heels of another poor night of sleep. But we had a big day ahead.
So, let's rally. This here's a typical breakfast. 2 packets of oatmeal, scoop of peanut butter, some dried blueberries, and of course, coffee.
Today's day number 3, heading up to Mount Whitney. Left our packs back at camp, feeling infinitely lighter. It's gonna be a great day. Gonna summit Whitney and officially start the GMT trek. Even though it was only for half a day, it was definitely welcome. So this is basically the 99 switchbacks, but on the JMT side. Multiple switchbacks. How are you doing, you guys?
We're doing good. It's a little hard to breathe up here.
It's getting thin above 13,000.
Yeah, way over 13. Head 14, just under a mile from the summit. Whew. Yeah. Gabi, your first Whitney. Woo! We can officially start the JMT now. Only 211 miles to go.
These are happy days. It's just kind of surreal.
I also made a little request to the gang. We needed to jump into as many alpine lakes along the way as humanly possible.
1 through 10.
1 through 10. I'm starving, so I'm really hungry. So I would say 7 out of 10.
Solid.
But if we hadn't just done Whitney, I would give it maybe a 5 out of 10.
I went with some Annie's mac and cheese, and I would give this a solid 7.5 out of 10.
Views for days. Sun, look at that.
We're at Willow Creek, 11 miles into the journey. About 200 left. Yikes. Okay, so tonight we will rate our dehydrated backpacking meals. First up,
It's good to go. Real food, real adventure. We've got a Mexican quinoa bowl.
wow, fancy. I have beans and rice. Santa Fe beans and rice, but I do have a tapatio, courtesy of Kyle over there, that may take this up a full point. We shall see.
Yeah, it's just mole.
That's impressive that there's mole in.
Oh no! I'm pleasantly surprised. I'm not ravenous because we did semi-eat lunch not that long ago. But it's nice because I can really like take the time to savor it because I'm not just like starving. Like I think I gave my lunch a bit too high of a mark today because I was so hungry. I'm gonna go 7.5 out of 10.
Okay, so this is the Alpine Fare Santa Fe beans and rice. It's also got pieces of corn in there, carrots. We're gonna do it plain without the tapatio because that's cheating. We'll go 6.5. I think the tapatio is gonna take it to a 7.5. It's not bad. Quality ingredients, infinitely better than the chicken fried rice. That on tapatio, on bread, that's better than a 7.5. That's an 8. Tapatio, game changer.
That's also really cool.
Finally got some sleep. Yay. It's time for a very special edition of Pooping in the Woods with Billy. So, these are all secondhand things I picked up. Make sure you are at least 200 feet away from a water source and from the trail. What I have in this kit are a trowel and also toilet paper. I have a waste bag because you do not want to toss your toilet paper in the woods or bury your toilet paper. You want to take it out, and hand sanitizer. It's off to do my business. There you go. It's going to be a big day. We have 2 passes to go over, including Forester. 21 miles. Oof.
All was going great on our approach to Forester. Great day, stunning scenery, not a cloud in the sky, until...
Bit of a mayday. One of the buckle pieces broke on my hip. I'm not gonna lie, I was so happy with your packs, Osprey. Only 4 days in, and for this to happen, I was disappointed. Oh boy, that is intimidating.
I can see the sign. This one was not easy.
No, it was not. Came down from there, up all these switchbacks. Whew.
Why did we decide to do this? It's so hard.
Man, I cannot get over the beauty of this place. Beautiful ridges, another alpine lake. You see Forester, where we descended from. I'm like emotional right now. Every new place, every mile, a more beautiful place reveals itself to me. It's only day 4, so I'm gonna try to contain it, but man alive. We are in it. JMT.
Descending down Forester was beautiful, probably among my favorite sections from the trip. Although we finally saw some snow, the patches were brief. And it was also where I was given my very first ever trail name. And to say I was happy with it would be an understatement.
So in the couple days I've known Billy, he's shown exceptional attention to cuisine in the backcountry, also displaying an unparalleled sense of adventure. And for that, I can think of no better word to sum him up than one of my personal heroes, Anthony Bourdain. So, Billy, I dub thee Bourdain.
Yes! Kyle's my new favorite.
It also turned out to be our last day with Kyle. So being anointed, Billy Bourdain made for a nice parting gift from our PCT pal.
We head up.
Final pass of the day. Hiking a lot of pop into this climb. Very steep. There are similarities and differences when it comes to thru hiking and ultra running. An obvious one is that the longer you do anything, the more opportunities present itself to change, for better and for the worse. You can have the highest of highs and the lowest of lows all in the same day. And in our longest day of the trip, which involved 2 big passes, the high I felt at Forester took a turn for the worse on our climb up Glen Pass when I fell behind on calories and started to bonk. Big time.
Well, today is day number 5 of our overall trip. Yesterday was a good day until I wasn't taking enough calories and the morale got a little down when what we thought would be a 21-mile day turned out to be somewhere closer to 24 to 25. May not be a big deal in terms of, in running terms, but when it involves big passes, tired legs, severe bonking on my end, it becomes a big deal. So we got into camp here at Ray Lakes kind of late, but we rallied, got some food in us, and got some sleep. So here we go. Today's another big day. We have a pass and a half to do. I have a blitzer on my right foot. Left knee is a little tweaky, but overall pretty good. The pack is, I'm still trying to play around with the pack. There are times when it really digs in on my shoulders, and obviously with the broken prong on my hip harness, it's making things a little tough. Otherwise, we're here. It's a beautiful place, beautiful part of California and the US and the world. Not a whole lot else to complain about, really.
No pass today and making our
Pincho.
way up. Pincho, yes.
Pincho Pass.
Pincho Pass. Making our way up to Mather, so it's going to be a better day. Feeling good.
All right, let's go, gang.
Nice.
I've met some trail buddies.
That's right.
What are your names?
I'm Jack Royalston.
Andrea,
Yeah.
More in the gear malfunction of Billy Yang.
This lasagna with meat sauce by Mountain House. It's a solid 8.2.
It's been a warm day, very exposed, climbing consistently to Pincho Pass.
It's pretty spectacular. You definitely have to work for its beauty.
Yes! Holy that's so cool. Yes!
We're by this creek, set up camp after a 19-mile day. I know, this is cool. More importantly, check this out. We have fire pits for the very first time. It is a little buggy here, that's the only drawback, but any day we get to jump in an alpine lake is a great day.
Cheers, Tunes.
Cheers, Bourdain. This is
Yeah.
good to go. Indian vegetable korma. I can really taste the cardamom.
I don't know what a cardamom is.
I'm gonna give this an 8.8. It's
Wow.
It's up there.
Highest score yet.
Highest score yet.
I'm reusing my Mountain House bag, but in it is not pad thai with chicken. It's actually homestyle chicken and rice by Peak Refuel. 740 calories, supplemented by some couscous. I know it doesn't look that great. Yeah, it's dry. That being said, has a nice creamy texture. I think the couscous sucked up a lot of the water, so that skews the score. I'm gonna give it a 7.2. Hot sauce would take this to an 8. Condiments. Bring condiments. So, it appears definitely a blister here. Right on the ball of the foot. It's been hurting. And this one came today. This one is felt like a rock or like a little pebble. I'm just looking at it for the first time. That looks gnarly. Time to go to work. I started panicking because I did everything here. It's about 6 a.m. Actually, probably had the most decent night of sleep I've had on this trip, and it was partially helped by this white noise of the rushing creek nearby.
Here we go, a new day, a big day. It's really unbelievable how lucky we've been in terms of weather. Every single day has been a spectacular bluebird day. Today's no exception. Both Gabby and I agree, it's our favorite pass. Long, gradual switchbacks to the top.
Thank you, Mather.
Thank you, Mather. Good job, Roxar.
You know I saw it. Your words like little knives. Part of me thought you would have fought it. Can't say that I was surprised.
Over 100 miles into our journey. From Cottonwood Pass. Jeez Louise.
How stunning this whole meadow is. My God. Today is spaghetti with meat sauce. Yum yum. I've had this before too, but never quite this hungry. Remember we were talking about home-style chicken dinner last night?
This is like that.
This is more so.
Yeah.
This is solid 8.2 out of 10. I have this ruptured blister right here. That's kind of gross. Ooh. And on this foot, this is when it gets fun. I have a blister there. I have blister on the big toe. Blister there. A blister there. Blister there. This foot's a mess.
I honestly had no idea how bad they had gotten. Neglecting the slow mounting annoyances, as it turns out, would become a larger issue.
Oh God.
Do you want to explain what happened this morning?
Not really. I was trying to be nice and fill up our waters. And so I put the water filter right by my side. When I turned around to grab another bottle, the filter fell in the reverse.
We do have this hand pump as a backup, but it takes a long time to fill, right?
Despite the multiple feed problems, and now the lost Catadine filter, we pressed on towards Muir Pass.
Collective energy of the group is a little down. I know my energy is a little down.
This morning's hot. Feels hard. Feeling every step. Gorgeous up here, especially after we broke above tree line. My mood is starting to lift a little bit. Energy is starting to lift a little bit. Descending Muir Pass. Have a big day in front of us. 20 plus miles more to go until you get to our resupply. Packs are gonna get a lot heavier, but at least I have a lot more calories to consume. I don't know if you can see this right now, but I have a swarm of gnats attacking me. Oof. Shoo. Okay, seriously, that was insane. There were 2 patches of just intense gnats just attacked everywhere. This one guy came across me with a bug net on. I was wondering why. Could have told us something. Anyhow, views still don't suck. How long have you been doing this?
My first solo trip was in 1981.
Wow. Where was that? Do you remember?
Yeah, I went in over a wilderness, in Hoover Wilderness, 20 Lakes Basin, right outside of Yosemite, on the east side of Yosemite.
Every new place, I'm just excited and blown away by.
It just fills me up with such joy.
This is probably the most beautiful place I've seen. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I agree. This is why I can't leave it.
Muir Pass has been a long series of downhills, and as if I didn't have enough issues, now my right knee is flaring up. I've never had issues on my right knee, almost exclusively on my left knee. But it's sore and it's hurting. We still have just like halfway there. Unfortunately, as it turns out, my knee would be the least of my problems. It just started getting worse and worse to the point where I'm just like limping right now.
Yeah.
All right, see you guys soon.
Love you.
If you're not there by 10, I'm just gonna start hiking back. Okay.
With our food supplies running low and me slowing them down, we made the difficult decision to separate in the hopes that Elan and Gabi would reach our resupplied Muir Trail ranch before they closed for the day.
All right, buddy.
See you soon.
See ya.
Stay safe.
Oh man, my body's just not happy with me right now. I'm on this once in a lifetime, potentially once in a lifetime place, this beautiful place. Just today, everything is going to shit. All right, I'm gonna try the sandals and keep my fingers crossed that I can work with these. Let's try this. We have 10 miles to go to MTR. So I'll be honest, there were moments for sure when I was thinking about how do I remove myself from the situation. As stunning as a place this is, I feel like I've been beat up, chewed up, and spit out. But sometimes you just have to ride the lows and think about what you can do. Switch to the sandals, let my feet breathe a little bit. I'm hoping there's a better outcome than the scenario that's been playing in my head for the past hour plus. Onward to Muir Ranch, and we'll see what the future holds for me. Those are my honest thoughts for now. for day nap. It was definitely rough going. Thankfully though, just before sunset and before MTR, I found my cruise camp.
I can't believe you're here.
I can't believe so either.
How did you do it?
Mornings were definitely the toughest. The feet always throbbed in pain the worst, first thing. Main thing is I don't want to slow you guys down and compromise your experience here as well. I of course also felt bad that I was slowing them way down. But for now, we had a resupply to look forward to.
What's in my box? I don't know.
Cookies. That was for that last night.
Turkey! I feel like it's in a candy store.
It's all gotta go in there though.
Oh, damn it. Don't remind me. Are you Billy?
I am.
Okay, here's your bucket.
Thank you.
I just got here yesterday. So
Oh,
lucky
really?
day. Yep.
Oh, thank God.
You got here yesterday?
Yeah. Tortillas, toilet paper,
You don't have to
ramen.
Yeah.
These
days. Thank you.
I think those were the two main points. Okay, so the pack is fully reloaded. There's a scale nearby over my right shoulder. Question is, do I weigh my pack or is ignorance bliss? Add 3 pounds. Let's do it.
Can't wait.
100 miles to Yosemite?
100 miles to Yosemite.
I am patched up, have some calories, haven't felt my knee all day today. All good signs. Well, I went from feeling pretty good, started noticing a pain in my right foot, and the medical tape was just wrapped a little too tight and it ripped off like a chunk of skin. It just has me dejected again. Yeah, my feet are a mess right now. I honestly would have started laughing if it weren't so distractingly painful. Every time I try to take my mind off it and try to pause to appreciate the beauty of the JMT, it was right there. There was just no way to ignore it. We're gonna see if I'm ready for shoes again. I'm able to move pretty decently with my shoes back on. I definitely feel it. There's no denying that. The ibuprofen does just enough to dull some of the pain, but I also don't know how dangerous it is to just pop morning, noon, and night just to get through this adventure. But as long as we have ibuprofen, I'm able to at least look like a hiker instead of a hobbled homeless man wandering the woods. Nearly 18 miles today. Oh, feet are jacked. Let's jump in the water and eat. Oh.
Mountain House classic spaghetti with meat sauce. It's so good.
What do we give it?
We give it high marks.
Show us inside.
Look at this. I have to say 9 out of 10.
What's your hunger level?
My hunger level's really high.
Like 11 out of 10?
Like maybe 11 or 12 out of 10, but there's like little bits of rosemary in here. Mountain House, you guys are crushing it.
Just not the fried rice.
Just not the fried rice.
All right, and this Korean got the booze, and it's got the shin ramen.
Woo.
With, let me check this out. Ta-da! Bits of Spam in there. And it's like, just tastes like home. So good. 8.8 out of 10. Just worked on my feet again. Spared you from having to look at my gross feet. There's another huge blood blister that I popped on my right foot. We're down to 1 ibuprofen, down to like 1 or 2 blister pads that I bought yesterday. Right now both feet feel swollen, really painful, and as great as I was moving yesterday, at the end of the day, it's like the complete opposite this morning. Hopefully, people we come across, the hikers, they have some more ibuprofen for me, because otherwise I just can't seem to move very effectively. I switched back to the sandals. So I just passed a pair of youngish hikers, and they said, hey, just so you know, your friends up ahead, we gave them a crap ton of ibuprofen. And I said, oh, God bless you guys, thank you so much. And then after a beat, I turned around and I said, hey, is there anything I can offer you guys in return? And they said that Gabi gave them some fruit roll-ups. And they seemed ecstatic about that exchange. Backpacking / thru hiking community is really generous and awesome. Mosquitoes love me.
This is stage fright and
Bear bait.
Bear bait.
New trail friends, surviving the JMT.
Getting hit on the little ears.
As if my trip couldn't get adventurous enough. Last night it appears that I've sprung a bit of a leak in my air pad. It's a new day, new morning. Despite my continuing saga of equipment letdown and failure. Legs are fine. Climbing great, we're climbing right now. Anyway, today's a big day. We're in a Reds Meadow, 18 miles away, where we'll get our first proper meal. And I really have a big decision to weigh. Do I say enough is enough and call it a trip? I know these guys have been really supportive and had my back, but it's tough for me keeping these guys back and just affecting their trip like we did yesterday, where they would have rolled into camp 60-90 minutes ahead of time. Instead we're scrambling all the time because my feet, and it's just like slow moving each morning.
You're so tired at the end of the day, you know?
At long last, we made it to Reds Meadow. This would be the first time in a while we'd be able to enjoy some of the daily modern comforts we typically take for granted. Things like phone reception, a hot, non-dehydrated meal, and of course, a cold soda.
It's so nice.
We bid adieu to our friends Bearbait and Stage Fright as they continued on, as we would be getting picked up by our friend Keith to head into town for a desperately needed resupply.
You don't want scurvy.
First up for me,
Some chips right now.
some feet maintenance, more Advil, some new socks, and a new old pair of wider shoes, courtesy of Keith. Following the relaunch, I really decided to become much more diligent about managing my feet.
Son of a...
Taking the time to switch out the socks every few hours, apply the necessary first aid to my feet, and really focus and cherish the rest of the journey that remained.
So much has happened to us in 10 days. It's such a trip how just walking from A to B.
She's holding that like it's her dog.
If you ever go through hiking, you must bring this with you. It's so good.
Today, instant grits and some clarified ghee and home-style chicken and rice.
I just can't wait to have real pad thai.
Yeah. Maybe the night we get back.
It's great, like we were at Keith and Jasmine's upstairs and kneeling down.
You're bringing the marshmallow to the hot cocoa experience. Here's mine. Bon appetit.
I think it's day 11. Heading to Tuolumne. We're 40 miles from our destination. Happy Isles.
Donahue Pass. We're going up Donahue Pass.
Our last big pass, really.
One of our last two passes. We're gonna go back up to 11,000. So please cooperate, feet.
While I was managing my feet a lot better,
Here, boys.
there was another unexpected twist that almost derailed the rest of our trip for good.
All right. Deep breaths here. Move this out. Let's take off the back for a second. Let's take off the back. Deep breaths. There you go. Squeeze on my hand, okay? Deep breaths. You okay?
It takes
You
a
okay?
lot to crack a bone. I think it's just like a
You wouldn't be able to move it too. Keep that in mind.
low
okay?
ankle sprain.
All that blood's just rushing right there, you know? Support it just might get really stiff in a splint. Okay.
Donahue Pass. Last 11,000 foot pass. Last 11,000 feet, anything.
One more.
Gabi, way to rebound. So proud of you.
You crushed that.
Crusher. How's the ankle feel?
If I just keep moving forward, it's okay. Definitely feels like there's a huge, like, just pressure buildup. But what can you do? Yeah.
Did great. We are officially in Yosemite. After many days of perfect weather, looks like we have a little system rolling through. We have less than 30 miles left in our journey and over like 210 miles overall from where we started at Cottonwood Pass. You have about 2 days left to go, and I'm just trying to stay in the moment, enjoy every inch of this journey. I mean, look at this meadow. Classic Yosemite.
End of the day. I can tell you how good it feels to let these puppies out.
As usual, we go all in, all the time.
It's kind of crazy to think that after tonight, there'll just be one night left. I definitely don't want to take for granted the luxury of being able to do something like this, as grinding and as much as it's beaten me down, that the experience of it, the simplicity of it, creating shelter, tearing it down, hiking, up and over passes, ultimately incredible beauty. Like, this is a luxury. This is something that not many people will be able to experience in their lifetimes. And I'm really trying not to take that for granted. I miss food. I miss a refrigerator. I miss my couch. I miss my work. But I also desperately needed this, given the chaos of the world and chaos of certain parts of my life. This has been good. It's been good for the soul, and it's been good for the head and the heart. So that's it. Some random thoughts before call it a night, and we have 2 days and 1 night left in this incredible journey that is the Muir Trail. That's it.
A lot less. I'm on pavement again! How weird! Heading up our final pass, Cathedral Pass, at, what's the elevation?
9,700.
9,700. Relatively easy compared to all the passes we've done. Just past the sign, I said we are officially under 20 miles to Yosemite Valley. Very final pass. Night.
You made it.
I made it. Do you have any final words before we bid adieu for our final night of camping?
I'm really looking forward to my oatmeal tomorrow morning.
Very profound. Elan, do you have anything a little more?
It's been an epic trip. I'm so glad we got to all share it together.
Thanks, Joe.
There we go.
We love you, Billy.
Love you too. Have a good night. See you in the morning.
You need to stir the milk first.
This is dehydrated milk, courtesy of our friend
Stage fright.
Stage Fright. It's been a game changer.
Oh yeah.
This is officially our final camp meal ever for a while. Oatmeal with peanut butter has been our staple for the last 14 or so mornings. Oh, I'm gonna miss this meal. Look, obviously I don't condone taking these on the regular, but I have to give a shout out to these guys. Without your help, I most certainly would not have gotten through this trip. So let's hope these two are the last ones I'll have to take for a while. Cheers.
I'm nervous, excited, and anxious, all mixed into one. There was a point where I never thought this moment would happen.
Alright gang, we have 10 miles to freedom. Home stretch, let's do this.
Pretty faces and sand on the ground. I wanna stop this ongoing train before I lose my mind and go insane.
So as we're finishing up, I just want to say that if you guys should be so fortunate to get a chance to do the Muir Trail, do it. It's in one of the most beautiful places on earth. It is a challenge, it is hard, but it is a worthwhile journey in so many ways. So, hope the mountains call, hope you answer, and the 211 mile Muir Trail Oh my God, what an experience. Right, Gabby?
Yes, what he said.
1 mile! Leave it going, 1 mile!
We did it! It's such a sign. Oh my God.
Awesome tripod. I'm so proud of you. You're so resilient. Gabby, you know, I want to tell you, it's been an amazing 3 years. You're absolutely loving my life. And it's been an insane journey. We had some insane highs and lows, starting at Whitney. I feel like it's going to be what our life's going to go like. We're going to be going up, we're going to be going down, but I always know if I got you by my side, we got this, we're going to make it. And I couldn't imagine spending my life with anybody other than you. Will you marry me?
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Did you carry it the whole way?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's gonna be good.
I think once the swelling goes down.
There we go.
Congratulations, you two!
Alright, smile. 1, 2, 3. Alright, I got 20 of them. Congrats.
Worked too freaking hard for this.
It all worked out.